Alright guys, welcome back to Big Fish TV. Today we're headed to the taxidermist. I'm picking up my biggest buck I've ever killed. I shot him last season, opening morning. I never filmed it because I was focused on killing him. I didn't want to have to worry about anything else when the shot opportunity arose. I'd been hunting him all bow season. I wanted to kill him with a bow. He's probably a 130-inch deer. Y'all have seen him. But I wanted to kill him with a bow because it would be the biggest buck I've ever killed and the biggest buck with my bow. So that's what I was trying to do. Never happened, never turned out. So opening morning of rifle season, I picked up a rifle, and sure enough, the first and only time I ever seen him other than in Velvet, he walked out in front of me, and I gave me a perfect shot, and I took it. And now I'm picking him up today. So y'all see him. I'll give a more in-depth story later today after we pick him up. But y'all hold on, we're gonna go find. Alright guys, package has been secured. There he is back there. Boy, there's a story with that deer. Y'all see it when we get to the house. Got him home. I got him hung up on the wall. This right here is my biggest buck ever. I shot him opening morning of rifle season, and this is a buck I'd been hunting all bow season. First pictures I got of him were August the 10th is the first picture I got of him or something like that. And I watched him all through velvet season or whatever, where they had velvet and all. And then I watched him all through bow season, tried to hunt him during bow season. We had a few close calls. My brother ended up seeing him, couldn't get a shot on him. I seen a glimpse of him once. I'd also seen him back when they still had velvet before bow season had come in. And I just never got around to shooting him, never could see him. He'd always be on one side of the farm when I was on the other. And so I never did get a good shot on him. And opening morning of rifle season come in, and I was like, yep, I can't take it no more. I wanted to kill him with a bow, but I decided I'm gonna kill him with a rifle because I knew I could get it done with a rifle pretty fast if he done what he had been doing. So rifle season come in, and my brother wanted to hunt the stand we had been hunting him in, where I'd been getting consistent pictures of him for the last few weeks. So I was like, you know what, you go in there, you can hunt in there, I'll let you hunt in there. I'm gonna go hunt the other side of the property, see if I can't kill a doe or something. So I went hunting the other side of the property, and actually the stand that I killed him out of is the stand that's in the Boone and Crockett doe video about 3 videos back, where I shot the 2 does. I shot him up under that feeder. It was just cracking daylight, around 6:30 or so. I got lost coming in the stand that morning. That was another crazy adventure. Walking in that morning, I didn't have my flashlight. I had my phone light, but I couldn't really see where I was going. I hadn't been in that stand, but just to set it up earlier that year, to set the feeder up and all. I hadn't been back in there since then, especially not at nighttime or in the morning time before it got daylight. So I was walking in, got lost, finally found how to get back to the stand, got back to the stand, get up in the stand. It's probably 6:30. You can just barely see the sun coming up. Like you couldn't see anything on the ground, just like you could see silhouettes and stuff. I caught a glimpse of movement down at the feeder, and so I picked up my rifle. And the rifle I shoot's a 270 Winchester. It's a Savage rifle, and on top of it I got a Leupold Vari X2, and the Leupold Vari X2 pulls in a lot of light. And so when I caught that movement, I picked up the gun and looked through the scope, and I could just make out the outline of a deer, and I could tell it was a big-bodied deer, but I couldn't ever see his horns because he was back behind the feeder. And then finally I kept watching him, and finally he cleared around the feeder, and I seen them big old horns right there, and I said, yep, that's a shooter. And I was like, I got looking, and I wanted to make sure it was this 9-point right here, because I knew there was another buck that was in the area that was running with this guy. So I wanted to see maybe this guy was a little bit bigger than the one I thought he was. And so I wanted to make sure it wasn't him. I wanted to make sure the 9-point wasn't going to come out. And I got to looking, and then I seen that crab claw right there, kind of dangling down. Where is it? Right there. I seen that crab claw kind of dangling down just a little bit. And I was like, yep, that's him. I'm going to shoot him. And it was 6:30, so it was still dark, like really, really dark. And I was like, okay, this is something, I can't do this right now. It's too dark. I was like, I don't feel comfortable taking this shot. And I've had bad luck before with shooting deer. Like, I've shot deer in some bad places, lost a bunch of big deer. Just never really been good at shooting in low light conditions or shooting fast off the hip like that. So I was like, I'm going to let my nerves calm down. I'll watch him for a minute. And I'm going to let it get a little bit more daylight before I shoot him. And by then I texted my dad. I was like, Dad, I'm shaking so bad right now. The Big 9's standing up under the feeder. Because that's what we named him, the Big 9. And I was shaking real bad. I was like, man, this guy right here, he's right up on there. He's a big deer. He's a big deer. And Dad was like, just breathe, calm down, wait for him to give you a good shot, go on and shoot him. And finally, I couldn't take it no more. It done got light enough, and I was like, look, he's not. He kept his head up in the feeder, and he was eating out of the backside of the feeder, and he had his neck stretched completely out, but he never would turn broadside. And so I was like, I'm gonna have to shoot him forward facing. I've heard of forward facing shots before. I know it's possible. I know my rifle will do it. I just never done it before. And so after watching him for about 5-10 minutes doing that, or what felt like 5-10 minutes, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot him center of the chest. And you actually still see the bullet hole where I hit him center of the chest. Hit him right there. And I hit him, and as soon as I did, he jumped up and he mule kicked and he run the feeder slap over like an NFL linebacker. And he kind of cut off to the right and then looped back around and come right out in front of me. And he was probably 30 yards in front of me, and he started slowing down. And looking back at it now, where this shot was, he was probably slowing down and going to die. But I was so shook up about seeing this big deer and getting a shot off on him, I was like, I'm not taking no chances. So I jacked another shell in the gun and shot him again. I shot him, second shot, I shot him right in the dang shoulder where you're supposed to shoot them when they're broadside. Folded him up right there. He spun around in a circle and then went on and died right there. And that's when I went crazy. I went to hooping and hollering. I just went insane. I never killed a deer this big, and for me to hunt him all year, and it's not confirmed, but I've got an assumption that this is the deer I called Igard that I was hunting last year. And last year I hunted Igard and I wanted to kill Igard with my bow. I wasn't even going to shoot him with a rifle if I seen him. And I was looking for Igard, I've never seen him. And what's funny about this deer, he has the same white patch that Igard had. So I'm thinking this is Igard, because we had been getting the pictures of Igard all the way after rifle season of him hanging around the same area. So I knew he would be back. So I'm thinking this is him in his 4.5-year-old state or whatever. So that's my biggest buck ever. He ended up scoring 125 or something like that. So that's my biggest buck. I'm very proud of him, the proudest deer I've ever killed, and I'm looking forward to killing another one next year. Alright guys, well that's the end of the video. I'm going to give y'all one good look at the deer again. Let's see. God. There you go, that's a good look at the deer right there. That's the little crab claw I was talking about right up here. And then he's a mainframe 9-point, or a mainframe 8-point with that crab claw would make him 9. I cannot hold it on this deer. But anyways, that's his horns. The guy that did it was Hoot and Holler Taxidermy. He done a really good job on it. He's in Forsyth, so if you're in the mid Georgia area, he's a really good guy to take him to. He's fairly decent on price, so that's a good guy to take it to. I shot the deer back in October. It's May now, but he had it ready in April. He just had the wrong number. The hole a little bit, right? Let's see, right about there is still the bullet hole where you can see it. But that's the end of the video, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and update on the turkey hunting. Yeah, they're stupid. It didn't work. We tried to get Mason his first turkey. He let one walk at 20 yards, and that's the end of the video. Pretty much, it didn't work. So that's the end of the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.